Hannah and Samuel. We are back with next step of pretzels, which is the rolling and the cooking and the throwing in the oven. So we are thrilled to show you that after an hour, our dough looks like this, nice and puffy, right? It's exactly what you want it to look like. Though what they say is you want it to double in size. If it's not quite as puffy, that's fine. It will still work out just fine. So this is what we're gonna do. First, turn on your oven to 450 degrees.
Yes.
Ours is not there yet. And then same as you want to get the dough out onto the counter. All right.
Heavy.
You just dump it, right?
It's not gonna work.
Okay. So this is a pretty easy dough. If you're not familiar with working in dough, this is a great place to start. All right, so all you're gonna do is get it in roughly a circle. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna stick to the counter too much compared to other doughs. All right, now you wanna divide this. We're gonna make 8 pretzels today. So you're gonna divide this into 8 equal-ish, don't worry about it, equal things. So how will we go about getting 8?
I know. So here.
So we cut it in half first, right? And so cut it all the way through. If you have, Samuel, what is it that you're using today? What tool is this?
I'm using a bench scraper that takes a gunk off the counter.
We use it to scrape things off the counter, and we also use it to cut dough. All right, so if you don't have a bench scraper, use a knife. You don't want to tear at it too much. So then you take each of those halves and cut them in half again, and that will make how many?
4.
4, and then what do you do? And then each in half again, right? And that'll give you 8. Right? Don't worry about it being super precise unless you're that kind of person, in which case, be precise. But it's really forgiving. It really, really is. And so all you want to end up with is 8 balls of dough. Yeah, these are real small and these are real big. So why don't you cut a little bit off of there and put it onto this small one. And then what's the other big one that we can, I think this one maybe, right? Cut that edge off there. Just that little corner, yeah. Right, so you can also reapportion if you feel like you want to make them a little closer to the same size. All right, so we've got ourselves 8 little balls of dough. All right, Samuel, let's keep that one you got. So what's the next step now that we have done that? Do you remember?
Have to roll it out.
Right, so you're gonna roll it, like if you use, like with Play-Doh, you're gonna roll it into a long, like worm sort of thing, okay? You're looking for, what do they say? They say about a 24-inch rope. You shouldn't need to put flour on the counter.
Unless it sticks really bad.
Yes, unless it sticks really bad, but hopefully it will not. So, right. Samuel just injured his finger, so we're gonna, right? So you wanna keep pulling it, right? As you roll, pull it apart. One of the things that I definitely run into, which is hard, which to be careful to avoid, is not ending up with big balls at the end. So you wanna kinda make sure that those get...
Too thin.
You think too thin? We gotta make it 2 feet. Right, 24 inches is 2 feet long. That's 2
rulers.
2 rulers, exactly. All right. So if you don't quite get to 24 inches, it's fine, right? Just imagine, just like all the times you've watched people Auntie Anne, that's what you're doing. Okay. Next step is you put it in the shape of a U, and then here, wait, let me get it so that we can see. So put it in the shape of a U, and then Samuel, do you remember how to get it into pretzel form?
This way?
Yep. And all the way down, right?
All the way down.
Yep.
And then this one goes over these two.
Right, so like that. Right, and so you can practice at it. So all you have to do is just press at the points where you've connected them, because that's what's likely to come apart when you boil them. Okay, speaking of, in the meantime, let's go over to the stove. The stove, we have some water. It says 10 cups. Don't worry about that so much as that you have something that's a wide pan for you to be able to get things out of pretty easily. All right.
How much?
We're going to add 2/3 of a cup of baking soda. Here, I actually have 1/3 of a cup, so fill that twice and put it in. So this is what this step is. What is the is what makes pretzels brown. Do it over the water. So if it doesn't matter if you have too much. This is what makes the pretzels brown. You'll notice as you keep making them, and the water keeps boiling, the water will get more and more brown. Do it all the way over the water, over the pan. That will be the baking soda browning. And so all that means, I would not stop. You can add more water if you need to, but that extra brownness just means that your pretzel will be even more brown, which is even more, I don't know, German-like, right? Okay, so you're gonna turn your stove onto high because you want this to be boiling, boiling, boiling. Okay? So while that is going, all right, so while that's going, we'll go back and make some more pretzels, okay? Let's try, there we go. Right, oh, I squished it. Oh no, I squished it. Sorry, we'll have to do it again.
Whoopsie, my mom squished it.
Squished it. All right, that's all right, it gives us more practice. Okay, so 24 inches about, right? You just want to keep rolling until you have a long, nice rope. You can do the next one. And then the other thing is, as your oven is preheating and your water is starting to boil, you're going to want some cookie sheets and either have parchment paper or something on them, because once we've done the egg wash, they tend to stick. If you're cooking with a bunch of people, someone could get that together, which is basically just taking 1 egg yolk and whipping it up and then adding a little bit of water. Okay. So again, we've got this. Put it still, and I did exactly that thing of making the ends a little too fat. All right, we got this. I'm gonna put it down in the U shape. Let's see if I can get it so you guys can see. Put it down in the U shape. Right. Take one end, tip it over, press at the spot where it meets. Do the same thing over here.
What's the thing we're gonna use to scoop it out?
What is the thing we'll use to scoop out the pretzels?
This might be on this bit.
Yeah, where's the other? Anyway, we'll find something. You're going to use a spatula or whatever it is you have to pull out the pretzels once you get them in. And so while you keep doing this, oh here, do you want to do a pretzel while I do the egg? Or no? So the egg, right? You separate the egg into egg whites and egg yolks. Egg white goes in one. So remember, right, you just do this. Just keep going back and forth between the two shells until it's done. Once that starts boiling a little bit more. And then, right, so then you just want the egg yolk, and then you're going to put a splash of water in with the egg yolk, and then whisk it with a fork.
No. Mommy does not have
Right, and this is what you're going to brush on top. So the other thing that you can be getting out is some kind of pastry brush like this. All right, so you just have your egg wash right at the ready. You're looking for the spatula?
You have to put salt on it.
Oh, the salt. Oh, I have salt over here.
Oh, okay.
And so whatever, like the biggest, kind of big chunky salt that you have is what you're going to want to use. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to use, I think. That's all right. We'll get it. Okay, so as your water is coming to a boil, let me make one more pretzel real fast. Okay. As it starts to come to a boil, you can probably, in any pan, you can probably reasonably do 2 at a time. And then, right, all you do is, can you turn it off because they can't hear? All you're going to do is you boil them for about, I don't know, a minute, half a minute, a minute. It depends. It sort of depends on how big they pop up, and I'll show you what to look for. Right. All right. So again, take the pretzel, take the end, push it over to the bottom. Take the other end, press over to the bottom, and then just press down on those 3 points where it might fall apart. Okay. So as we're doing this here. You want to grab, you want to do it with your hand or no?
Yeah.
Right.
I just can't put a lot of weight on it.
You cannot put a lot of weight on it, that's right. Right, so you got to pick it up gently. Don't squish it down too much, it's all right. Oh, do you want to use the bench scraper?
Yeah, that might work.
Yeah? Right, there you go. Right, and sort of gently get it into the water there. And then all you want is for it to be, covered, okay? So then it's gonna boil for about a minute. You'll see it sort of start to puff out. Samuel's gonna do the second one. There you go. And so we're gonna watch those for a minute or so. And then as they're, you'll see that, right, this is the one we put in first. You'll see that this one here is starting to puff up. You just want to make sure that there's enough water to cover it so it has a chance for everything to get all boiled. And again, it's that baking soda that's going to give it that dark brown color for now. So if you were going to do, say, a bagel, you would do very much the same kind of dough, and then you also do the same, boil it and then bake it. You just don't boil it in baking soda. So if you've done this, you're halfway to making your own bagels. Okay, so this is also, so boiling in general, like with bagels, is what gives it its chewy exterior, and so that's why we do it. So I would think it has been about a minute. Oops, so you saw it go a little slippy. So there it is on the baking tray. I'm going to do the second one. 1, 2, 3, go. And then those, you're going to, hey Samuel, can you do the egg wash? Of these two? So, no, just the yolk.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you don't have to do it fast. You don't have to do it fast. Alright. Alright, and then take just a few grains of the salt and sprinkle the salt on top. All right, and that is it. So what's going to happen next is we'll put all of these in the oven when we're done. So feel free to just repeat that process, right? You're going to roll into the 2-inch worms. You're going to put them in the pretzel shape. You're going to boil them. You're going to put them on your cookie sheet, and then once your oven is preheated, you're going to bake them all at 450. All right, 450, and that is going to be for 12 to 14 minutes. So based on your oven, always check at the lower number, check at 12, see if it has that nice dark brown color. If it doesn't, go for a couple more minutes, okay? So we will catch you on the other side. Good luck. Happy Oktoberfest.